France, the year 1431. The 100 Years' War rages on. Villages are burned, families starve, and the people cry out for salvation. And then she appeared. A peasant girl who claimed to hear the voices of saints. A girl who said she was chosen by God, Joan of Arc, the Maiden of Orleans. She led armies to victory, restored hope to her people, and terrified her enemies. But that hope ended in betrayal. Captured, accused of heresy, abandoned by those she fought for, and finally condemned to the flames. On May 30th, 1431, in the marketplace of Rouen, the sentence was carried out. The crowd gathered as Joan was tied to the stake. She prayed aloud, her words rising above the roar of the fire. Witnesses swore that as the flames consumed her body, they saw a dove rise into the sky. But they also swore something else, that in the moment her body collapsed, the fire roared higher than any normal flame, and for a heartbeat, a woman's scream echoed across the city, a scream that did not belong to Joan. The executioners scattered her ashes into the Seine River, hoping to erase every trace of her. But you cannot erase a spirit. Within weeks, strange reports spread across Rouen. Merchants spoke of hearing footsteps behind them at night, only to turn and find no one. Children saw a figure in white standing near the riverbank, staring silently at the water. And soldiers who guarded the square at night told of whispers rising from the cobblestones. Whispers they could not understand. The hauntings grew darker. One soldier who had held the torch that lit the pyre claimed he woke each night to the smell of burning flesh. He said he saw a shadow in the corner of his room, the shape of a woman with blackened skin. He was found dead weeks later, his body untouched, but his face frozen in horror, eyes wide, mouth open in a scream. Another soldier took his own life. On his wall he had scrawled with charcoal, "The maiden walks in fire." And then the curse reached the judges. Jean Lemaitre, who delivered the verdict of guilty, was tormented until his final night. His servants said he screamed for hours, begging forgiveness, clawing at his own skin. When they entered his chamber, he was gone. His body lay burned, though there had been no fire in the room. For centuries after, his family spoke of a burning woman who appeared in their home every generation, just before tragedy struck. But the centuries did not erase her. In the 1800s, when Joan's trial was re-examined by the church, strange events began again. An archivist working late in Rouen reported the sound of galloping hooves echoing in the halls. He smelled smoke and saw the figure of a woman in armor standing in the shadows of his office. When he blinked, she was gone. But the next morning, scorch marks were found on the stone wall behind his desk. Even in modern times, the stories continue. Tourists visiting the square have reported sudden burns on their hands, though they never touched a flame. Some say they smelled smoke following them through the streets of Rouen, while others swear they saw a woman in shining armor staring from the windows of abandoned houses. Paranormal investigators who brought equipment to the site captured strange recordings, voices in the static, whispering in Old French, and in one recording, a single phrase in Latin, combusta, sed non mortua, burned but not dead. So what truly haunts Rouen? Is it the restless spirit of Joan herself, unable to find peace after such betrayal? Or is it something else, something darker? Some believe the fire that consumed her was so violent, so unjust, that it gave birth to a shadow. Not Joan, but an echo, a being born of pain, hatred, and fire, a spirit that wears her face but is not her. The people of Rouen whisper this warning. If you ever walk through the marketplace at night and you smell smoke, do not linger. Do not turn your head. Leave at once. Because if you do not, you may see her. standing in the flames, eyes black as ash, whispering one question: "Why did you let me burn?"